Welcome to Retrained Search, the podcast, where we lift the lid on what it's really like to work retained, discuss the stories we've gathered along the way, and give you all a peek behind the scenes of our amazing community and how they're getting ahead.
Hello, Jordan.
Hello, Louise. How are you?
Hello, lovely listeners. I'm okay. As you know, I've had a little bit of a sad week this week so far. But I'm happy to be back because you might be listening to this and not realise, but we've had a little break from the podcast for a few weeks whilst we've been busy.
It feels like months. It feels like months.
It does feel like months. It does. I feel like I've not seen
I'm
you
going to pretend like we haven't just spent 10 minutes going, what do we talk about on the podcast?
What have we been doing for like 4 weeks? How do we do the podcast thing? So welcome back to those of you that have been listening avidly. And I know that we've had some messages to say, waiting for the next episode. So we're dead pleased to be back. We've done so much this summer. We've both been on holiday. I've had a holiday. You've had a holiday.
Yeah, mine was... I feel like I'm such a drama queen.
Go on.
So, yeah, I was you'll all know I've got a young daughter and she's been, she was ill. Nothing major, just like really bad infection, picked up from nursery. I think we're entering that stage. And then I picked it up and I probably should have took a bit of time off work, but I didn't. I was foolish and I thought I'll go away next week. I'll just kind of fight through it and then I'm away for a week and I'll just recover on holiday. And then I was too ill. The air stewardesses wouldn't let me on the plane, Louise, unfortunately. I know. So I had to go and have a little day in A&E, get some strong antibiotics and then fly out the same night. My nan wasn't very impressed. She said, "It's always you, Jordan."
Yeah. Ouch, that's harsh.
It is always me.
You did battle through. You were so busy that last week before you went on holiday as well, because I was on holiday and you were picking up the slack as well as being ill.
And we'll come on to this, but we had a new starter as well.
We did have a new starter.
It was all go, 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 but it certainly made the holiday more enjoyable when I did get out there with my antibiotics.
With your antibiotics. I'm so glad you're okay and you had
all good.
A bit of a holiday.
All good. All good. So what have you had going on, Lou? You've been busy?
Yeah, I had a really great 2-week holiday in Portugal, but Harry was really ill while we were away, really, really poorly. And so that wasn't ideal. He was a bit like you, suffered a little bit through that. And then we've had some sad news this week because we've had to put our beloved Thomas the cat down, and I can't tell you how much it's affected me. Yeah. I said on the other day, like, I feel a bit daft because, you know, crazy cat ladies, but really he's just been a part of the family for so long and been through a lot, and I felt such a connection to him, and there's nothing that we could do. And his kidneys, he had kidney disease, and they don't do kidney transplants in cats, it turns out. And even if I could have afforded to have the surgery, they don't do them. So
I genuinely thought you were going to say, even if I could have given him one of mine.
Give him one of mine. Yeah, that would have not probably worked quite so well.
No, sad, isn't it?
But... Yeah, and I've been playing a lot of tennis. I've been swimming in the river, so I've been doing nice things too, and that's been fun.
Nice. My tennis season ended last night. That's it.
You're doing a damn sight better than me. I'm absolutely crap still.
We won the Warrington League. We've won the Liverpool League. We've won the Liverpool Fairlawn Cup. We won the mixed season last night. By the way, it's not me. I'm just carried by everybody else. I just, I've said this before, there was a skill in picking the right team.
No, I know how good you are at tennis because we've played tennis a few times and you're insanely good. And we've done lots of work as well, haven't we? We've been doing loads of the team. New starter Jamie joined the team. So
yeah, he did. We decided on his job title today, didn't we? I think Customer Solutions Executive.
Consultant.
That's it.
So for a lot of you, he's going to be the first person that you speak to if you ever want to chat to us, and he'll help you. He'll put you in the right direction. He'll give you some guidance. He'll send you some stuff, material, and
or if the right step is speaking to me,
whatever the journey might be,
Lou, he'll make that happen.
And he's fantastic, and he's so lovely. He's such a nice guy. I feel so privileged that he's chosen to work with us.
He's nice. Already such a great part of the team.
He absolutely is. Yeah, I'm really delighted because it was a bit of maybe we can tell that story because it was a bit of a turbulent journey, that interview process and the
Yeah, I mean,
hiring
the
process?
first, yeah. So we didn't get to decide the interview process. We were recommended an interview process, and there was, I think the first one was a group interview with like 10 people.
But then we made a hire from it, didn't we?
And we made a hire. It was a very close call. We didn't really know who to hire. I said we didn't know who to hire. We couldn't decide. It was
Couldn't
such a cost.
decide. They were really, we could have hired either of them. They're both brilliant.
We fell one step of the fence, and yeah, candidate one turned up day one. And 10 minutes into a call I was having with said individual, I thought, are they drunk?
Oh God.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance they might be drunk.
Yeah.
So I insisted on getting on Zoom so I could do further detective work. And said person said, I'm just gonna shut the window. I said, oh, okay, no problem. And then proceeded to miss the window.
Oh
as they
my God.
shut it. And at that point I was like, yeah, definitely
I
drunk.
didn't know
Yeah,
that bit.
yeah, definitely drunk. Yeah, 100%.
Oh
So
my God. So that wouldn't even go any
thankfully,
further. We had to
everything
hire the
happens for a
first,
reason,
hire the
and
first hire.
that meant we found the wonderful Jane.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yeah.
how
It
lucky
was
we are.
obviously meant to be, and we're really, really lucky.
Yeah.
And we have made some nice moves on the plan for our mastermind events and our in-person attendances in meeting people, haven't we?
Yeah, well, the next thing, I mean, our mastermind group, they meet a couple of times each year. The next one has now been confirmed, and that's in December, right, Lou?
It's in December in London. That's been confirmed for a while. We're actually not in London strictly. It's Richmond, which I'm told by my
Right
manager.
on
It's
the
a very
river.
nice area, darling.
Looks
Very
beautiful,
nice.
doesn't it?
Does look beautiful, yeah.
Really does.
And then the next one after that, we meet.
I'm going to be honest, Richmond looks beautiful, but I'm a little more excited about the next
For
one.
March, we're going to be in LA, baby. I can't wait. Oh my God. Yes, excited. We don't know whether it's going to be, I'm taking advice on exactly where it's going to be, like the Hollywood area, I don't know where, but Claire's on it. So we're going to be in LA in March. So all of those of you who fancy a trip there and doing a bit of retained work already and want to do more. So.
And we are going to be back in Australia, right?
Yay!
In
Oh,
May
so
again.
pleased about that. I'm so
I think I'm going to be
pleased.
there for a couple of weeks. You're going to be there for a little bit less, but not much less.
Yeah.
We're
going to do a mini mastermind event, and we're going to do loads of meeting people. We're going to do an event of our own, aren't we, again?
I think so, with the wonderful Ez,
the brilliant Ez Khan
and Lucy at Hume Scope. Yeah, it's really exciting. So there's been a lot going on.
I know. Yeah, we have been really busy. Really, really busy. And soon be back to school, for the kids, not us. We're already back to school.
Well, it's kind of a bit like that for me, though, isn't it? Because Becca, my wife's a primary school teacher. So
yes,
at the moment, my life is a little easier because she eases even more of the burden with the baby at the moment whilst she's off. That all goes back to normal in a week and a half.
I know, me too. I've got to start. I've already ordered his new blazer and his clothes he's grown up. It's like Hulk at the moment. Everything he's got, it's like buttons are popping off because he's 13. It's just they have a massive growth. I swear he's grown like a foot.
But that's just bait. Like, G is like that, my little girl. Like, you buy her an outfit and she wears it once and it's like, yeah, that doesn't fit anymore.
That's going to happen until they leave home, basically.
It's like, oh my God. Honestly.
He put his trainers on, some really nice Nike trainers. And he's like, trying to squeeze them on. And I'm like, oh my God, they're so expensive and they don't fit already. He must have been wearing them about 2 months.
Yeah, we've been using it. Have you heard of Vinted?
Yes, I don't.
So I feel like Vinted is basically a community of frustrated parents. That's how I feel at the moment. It's like we buy something nice for the baby and sell it after a week.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating. But then we go and find somebody else that bought something nice for their baby and is selling it after a week and we basically swap.
Yeah, that's quite good.
So,
yeah, that's quite good. I might have to get on that.
Keeps us sane. It does.
So in the meantime, our incredible members have also been extremely busy and having some lovely, lovely things happen to them as a result. So this one makes me laugh. My proposal, it's Tracy, she says, new project one, my proposal I put in, or didn't, in brackets, long story for collab call and lesson of how to royally screw up and then bring it round. I've had terms signed today, and this is a new client for me on retained. Very happy to have rescued it. So she rescued her own project. I don't think I had to help her rescue that.
And it's not always straightforward, right?
No.
Like I remember, I think Tracy came on that call. What did she say to me? I feel like I've walked into a bramble bush.
Oh, did she?
What she said. Right, but like it's just a couple of tweaks, and she's done a great job in saying, like,
I did see her the other day, and I know it's going really well, that project.
yeah, really well. Yeah.
And this is a nice one too. First rollout of the presentation of the pitch deck by Tom Hailu. Quick one on my side. I expect a candidate into a business on Monday the 29th. They asked the CV on Tuesday. Nothing suitable. Arranged an intro meeting, so opened up the opportunity with the spec. Happened on the 7th. Used a retrained pitch deck. It says straight after there was a tough engineering role they were struggling with. Terms sent. Retainer verbally agreed last Friday. Had the briefing today. I mean,
That's great.
nice work. That is just perfect. And all he's done is just done exactly what we told him to do. Tara is very, very excited. Hi guys, I've got something very exciting to share. We've won our most senior search yet against another agency. We almost lost it, and with Louise absolutely brilliant coaching and advice sessions, I realised I had not diagnosed the pain properly and therefore not picked up the pain to get commitment. And after following 3 meetings and a lot of support from Lou, that is true, we've got it back on track, and the team are now absolutely over the moon. I want to say
you're not half bad, Lou. You're not
half bad. We without you, I wouldn't have known to get this process back on track and convert it to a win. I'm so excited to put everything in place that I've learned in delivering this, and most importantly, leveraging this search to win more business. And then she says 6'5" Louise Archer win that search trust fund, which if you know, you know. If you were in Palmer with us, then you'll know what on earth she's talking about.
I just don't get the 6'5" bit. Was that? I mean, I'm 6'5".
I'm not 6'5".
You're not 6'5". Maybe she's referencing me. I'm gonna take credit. I'm gonna say she's referencing me. I must have.
But basically, we turned a no. It was an outright no. No, we're not going to retain you. No, we're not going to go retained. We're going to go with our contingent agency on it after she pitched, and we turned a no into a full-on, fully retained yes. So don't worry if you screw it up. Even we'll just help you turn it around.
Absolutely. Yeah, this one's Ryan. He said, "Woohoo!" I think he's got that from you.
I like woohoo.
You're the only woohooer that I know. 2 shortlist invoices issued this week. One of them took 3 months to deliver. Ryan's he's based in Tokyo, and he's been killing it, but there was just a few things that we tightened up in his delivery. The first one took 3 months to deliver, and after tightening up the briefing meeting agenda, adhering to the delivery timeline, the second one took 4 weeks. So a third of the time. It's quite a feeling watching a candidate worksheet go from white to red and green.
Yeah, we all like that.
Be able to forecast the revenue once these placements land is a bit surreal, I must admit. Now to use the BD from a search guide to capitalise on these searches and generate the next one. Jordan,
exactly.
Thanks for all of your support in the collab calls.
Oh, Jord. You're good. Michael? Oh, yeah, I like this one. Michael says, another win. I won a retainer from a repeat client that was adamantly against retained search in the past. He's very excited. I was able to get the founder CEO on board. And after that, they were so excited to work with us. Wasn't the person I needed to convince. And once I figured that out, I knew exactly what to do thanks to Search Foundations training. If this goes well, we're already discussing 2 more searches, all fully retained. And also, little side note, increase my fee from 20% to 30% with a little hands up emoji. Not
it's so good.
Brilliant.
I often say to our members, like, it's never a no, it's just a not now.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the time just isn't right for the customer. Sometimes they need to feel that pain a little bit more.
Yeah, sometimes, they're really adamant against it. Sometimes the people that are most adamantly against it end up being your best customers. It just takes a little bit more time and education.
Yeah,
this is a really lovely one.
Matthew, he said, not sure if I remembered him. I absolutely do remember him. I joined back in November, didn't set up on his own until April, and then had a few months off just working part-time. Just had my first pitch, which led to my first win, $162,000 project.
Yeah.
This is like one guy working on his own, no office, no overheads, laptop, phone, 30% fees, 180k minimum salaries for 3 hires. Yeah. I also made a spec placement 2 weeks ago, which was due to the course, which was a nice 76,500. Current ROI, just under 4,000%, and that's after like a couple of months of the training. So not bad.
Nice work, Michael.
Matthew.
Matthias, thanks for checking in. He says, I'm keeping busy. Hi, Louise, keeping busy. just managed to get signed off yesterday on a retainer with a new client. My first full retainer with a new client since doing the Search Foundation course. I'm so pleased with myself. More to follow.
Many
So
more.
that's nice.
Many more.
Just joyful.
He's in Asia as well.
Singapore?
Tokyo. No, it's not Singapore. No, I think he's like Hong Kong, maybe.
Is he?
I think he's Hong Kong. Yeah.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
And a lovely testimonial from Joanna, this, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. She said, when you meet and have, this is the testimonial, Joanna, and have the fortunate opportunity to work with her, you will feel like you can't work with any other recruiter anymore. You'll probably want her to be around your career journey until you retire. The reason being, Joanna is structured, communicative, and so very human. In my recruitment journey, she's given me the most relevant information and contacts to set me up for success. Her integrity is strong. She makes sure that my personal fit to the company is prioritised to the minute detail. She has kept me in the loop of the process and has not once left me unclear about the behind the scenes of recruitment.
That's the
Most
transparency of the
importantly,
search process, that is.
most importantly, she has established a level of trust in our relationship that allowed me to be transparent about my needs. And beyond that, her positive tone and lively nature has made a stressful process like recruitment feel seamless and exciting. And Joanna said it shows how the candidate loved the retainer process.
Yeah,
it gives you the space and time to look after people and do a proper job. Yeah, I found that too. Well done, Joanna.
There's a few more. Well done, Joanna. Joe, hello. Landed back in Oz at 5 a.m. this morning. This was after the Palmer in person. Pitched and won this afternoon a retained search for COO. Yay! I couldn't find out if I missed it. Does anyone have a template for the FAQ confirmation engagement? Terms shared with a minimum fee inclusion. Thanks to you all again. She's learned
that was something Joe discussed with us all in Palmer, wasn't it? That minimum fee piece.
Yeah, and she's put it in.
So
she's just going further and further up the level of seniority every search she does now.
Yeah, Hoz, he said, I all thanking Claire, Robin, Louise, and Jordan for their support, input, and golden nuggets. Just landed a retainer with a contingency client, and I can invoice them today. Great news. 10K commencement fee. Every little help during those dry summer months.
Certainly does. Guy Nardo over in Sydney.
Yeah, Guy. Yeah, we met Guy in May when we were out, didn't we? Still so much to learn, but having a game plan and a clear strategy made it so possible. Have the second one pitched and finalising Monday.
You're so capable. So many of those of you that are listening are capable. You're capable of this, and so are all these people. They weren't doing it, and they just needed a little bit of confidence, a little bit more knowledge, and then you're away. This is another one pitched.
Same Guy again. This was that second pitch. Yeah, looking at CEO role in Sydney. Feedback very positive. Decision made by close of business Friday. Keep you posted. 38K fee. Nice.
And lastly, Greg, who, oh my goodness, took an age to decide to join us, didn't he? I mean, I'm not joking when I've got to say, we must have spoken to him. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I first spoke to Greg in 2004.
I think you probably did. Bless you, Greg, if you're listening. And he was so nervous of, because there is so much crap out there. I mean, let's face it, there's a lot of courses out there and a lot of people tell us, oh my God, why didn't you tell me this? It was this good. And we're like, well, we tried. We tried to. But because there's so much crap out there, people do find it hard to know what's good and what's just snake oil. And Greg was definitely one of those that's invested in other courses and been disappointed. So he was very, very cautious. We didn't put pressure. We never do. We never put pressure on anybody. We say, this is what it is. And if you want to join, great. And if you don't, that's cool too. And he just kept coming back and asking more questions. And I really think I want to do it, but what about this? And now eventually he says, hi, Louise. Thank you so far. All good. I've been watching. I've seen module 1 and through module 2, part 1, whilst drinking coffee, not beer, because I suggested. He said, what's the best way of watching it? I was like, pour yourself a beer, Greg, and just sit back and watch it. He's like, really? I said, yeah. The first time you watch it, just relax and enjoy it. But he's chosen to drink coffee instead, which is much more healthy for your liver. I will soon be sharing my successes with you. I'm so happy I joined the group. Have a great day. So he's already feeling positive about the decision that he made. All right. Phew. Crikey. They've been busy. And everyone says the summer's quiet, but it is not when you're with us.
Well, I think
what you want.
a lot of the time people join us during those summer months because they've got more time, they've got more headspace.
Yeah, when things go a little bit quiet, it's a good time to invest in the energy in it. So what have you been helping people with since you've been back, George?
A lot of pitching.
Yeah.
think that's a sign that the market's starting to pick up for
Yeah, I
people,
definitely get
thankfully.
that.
Really positive. A lot of it just making it feel like their own,
Mm-hmm.
making it feel natural and not salesy.
Yeah, and get their own groove with it, like make the tweaks and shape it so it is their own.
Mm.
You know, I always
We
say
often say, don't we? Go on, you go.
No, go on.
I was gonna say we often say to people that we give script and structure, but they're like the training wheels on the bike.
Yeah.
And after 6 months,
You're like,
flipping
George,
it
Luke,
around
who are
and
they?
change. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. What about you?
I've been doing a lot with implementing EOS, basically putting business plans in and structure, which is of course exactly what we did in our business with some help from EOS and that model. And God, it's just a breath of fresh air for some of the people in the mastermind that don't have that structure to actually move the business forward. A lot of the people that I work with in the mastermind are business owners, business leaders, and contributors as well. And they've got they're wearing so many different hats. They're wearing the leadership hat, they're wearing the billing hat, they're wearing an ops and finance management hat, and often more beyond that. And they can't do everything. They just cannot do everything, and they can't make improvements to every area of the business all the time. And they know that they want to, but a lot of the time that is just overwhelming, and it's too much, and it's very difficult to move a business forward in that state. So often one of the things we do first in the mastermind is just take a step back and work out why we're doing this in the first place. Like, where is it you're actually going with it? Are we building this to sell? Are we building a lifestyle business? And what's the objective here? And then work out what the plan is and where we're going, and then break it down into manageable pieces. As you know, because we do it, the 10-year, the 3-year, the 1 year, and then the 90-day sprints. And then we break that 90-day sprint into priorities and what we call rocks, but goals.
But it's timely, isn't it? Because we there's something called a level 10 meeting, which we have once a week, and it just keeps us on track and keeps us accountable and gives us visibility of everything that we've got going on. And we had a great one this morning, didn't we? The team, and like, I just don't know where we'd be without that structure in our business.
I have absolutely no idea. I mean, I was so daunted by the prospect of running a business, particularly as it started to kind of move forward without me, and I could see the demand for what I was doing, and I knew that I wasn't going to be doing it as service if I didn't acquire some knowledge of how to actually run it. And when we kind of then grew and we all got together, we were all the same, like, shit, we know we need to do something, but we're not quite sure how or what to do first, or, we're on to something good, but how do we, make this happen? And having that structure and that pathway and the mechanics of that means, like, I was on my call with Rebecca Shannon, for those of you that don't know, she's incredible, this morning, and telling her, I've just done a level 10. And I was like, no, hang on a minute, I haven't just done the level 10. The team have done the level 10. I just happen to be on the level 10 because they are running the business. They're deciding what happens and flushing the issues out and solving them in a really structured, great pattern and rhythm that everyone feels comfortable with. Yeah, so I'm very
I think
excited.
it's rare you get a system like that, and EOS has certainly been that in our business, where I think every member of our team buys into it.
Yeah.
There's not one element of it that people go, oh, that pisses me off. I don't like doing that each week. Like, we all see the value in it. So.
And that's what happens with the mastermind members too. Like, it's a real breath of fresh air and gives them clarity of what needs to be done now, how it's going to be done. One of the pieces of work I did yesterday with one of them was they'd done a lot of the work around it and set the goals, but then there was no names against the rocks. Like, well, this is not all going to be you, mate. We're going to spread this out. We're going to get the team on board, and everybody's going to, and it's really nice. So that's what I've been doing. It's a real joy.
For any of you listening, that's EOS is a book called Traction.
Yeah. It's a book called Traction by a guy called Gino Wickman. It's a very, very famous, and some of you listening might know it well, and I get messages saying, I know EOS, I love it too. It's a very famous operating model, and it's very...
Me and Gino are actually quite tight. He once liked one of my LinkedIn posts.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah, he's a good friend.
It's like a bromance, he just doesn't realise.
So it's probably listening. Thanks, Gino.
Yeah, thanks, Gino. Appreciate it. Yeah.
And I was wanted to talk a little bit about LinkedIn as well, because we tend to sometimes touch on stuff that's been going on there, it being such a prevalent place in our industry. because something happened recently that I was really shocked by. I was doing my content meeting with Charlie, who helps us work out what information we're going to share with our audiences, when, how, what's appropriate, what's useful, what's helpful.
Mm.
And so she really helps kind of focus the thoughts on making sure we share good stuff, really. And she suggested that we talk about something that had happened to Kirsty, one of our team, who's actually our marketing manager now. Been with us, we've been together about a year, maybe nearly now.
Yeah, probably approaching a year now.
So good. She is so good and so
Awesome.
talented. Absolutely awesome. Like, just smashes it out of the park every single day. She's just on it. She's bright. She's intuitive. She's so tenacious, but kind and lovely and fabulous having a team.
She's an absolute rock star, isn't she?
And she has been sharing stuff on LinkedIn, as we all have started to do, so that we're more visible and all of you can see and hear from all of the members of the team, not just me and George. And she started getting hate messages. And it's not just one. She's been getting a few from people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because she's based in South Africa. All talking about her being in South Africa. And how dare she, how she shouldn't be sharing what she's sharing. And
Is she a scam? I think was one of them.
Yeah, that they don't believe what she's saying. And it's awful. It's awful, that kind of judgment. When they have absolutely no, I mean, more fool them, more fool them if they think that Kirsty isn't what she says she is, because we know different. She's absolutely fucking awesome. Unbelievable. But
Okay.
I still think that in this day and age and on that platform and such a professional environment, it really shocked me that people do that.
Yeah, but you know what, Lou? I think whatever platform you use, wherever you go in the world, I apologise for my language, but you will encounter dickheads. And I just pity those people.
So anybody that wants to reach out to Kirsty and share some love, then please do, because she deserves all the love in the world to make up for those horrible people that are passing judgment. So that's my little rant.
If you're one of the dickheads, I will find you.
Yeah, fuck off, basically. And then to finish on a more positive note, we've got a bit of mindset. We've got some mindset thoughts, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. But one, my one is really to anyone out there who is a leader or an owner of a business and has a team. I had an amazing call with a recruiter last week who leads a division for an organization. I'm not going to tell you where in the world this person is or anything because I don't want to give it away. Billing over $1 million a year continually. Very good. Sees a huge opportunity in his space to do retained work. Huge opportunity. But doesn't know how and just wants someone to show him how. Went to his leadership team, said, I found this course for what he needs. I gave him the price. It's a drop in the ocean. Like it really is. He told them the price of the course and they said, yeah, there's no budget for that. Now, his employer are a firm that you will know. A big firm.
Very
like a big firm.
Doing extremely well, might I add.
And I spoke to him today and he said, I just feel really deflated. I feel really let down. I feel really disappointed. We've worked so hard. We're on such a great journey together.
And he's only asking for support to get better as well, isn't it? It's not selfish. He's going to give that back.
Yeah. Do you know? Listen. I don't mind mentioning it. Right. He's billing over $1 million, and he needs around $5,000.
Yeah, it's so sad, isn't it? It's really frustrating that.
Yeah.
It's really
so
frustrating.
I would just say I would say to you all, have that mindset. Think about the impact that these decisions have on morale, on motivation. I don't want any of you to be sitting there in 3 months thinking, why did I lose my best biller? What went wrong? Where did it go wrong? I thought it was going so well.
Speaking from a management perspective, having been in situations where it's important to make the playing field fair for everybody, and I can see that, if you did that for everybody, it wouldn't be commercially viable and so on. But not everybody is billing $1.5 million. And so you can't apply a blanket brush to everybody, and if you do, you lose people.
No.
I absolutely know, having been a high performer, that if you don't make exceptions for them and treat them in the way they ought to be rewarded for the exception that they provide, which is the exceptional billings and commitment, then that's going to falter at some point.
And if you've got a consultant that wants to win retained business and has the confidence to go out there and have these conversations with customers, they will not be in short supply of offers of other firms that would love them to come and do it for them.
And if you can bill $1.5 million contingently, you can absolutely nail retained search.
And that isn't a threat either, by the way. Like,
no,
it isn't a threat. I'm not saying, oh, you're going to lose all your best people. All I'm saying is that's the other side of the coin that I often see people don't think about.
I mean, I think it's fair enough if, they want training, but they're not actually giving anything to the business, not performing, or...
Yeah, I agree.
And I understand that you need to maybe use internal resources and time and energy to get them to a stage where it becomes commercially viable. But in that situation where someone's giving so much, you've got to give a little too. You've got to give a little too. And so many people tell us that when they do the program, they learn something new and they learn these techniques, it just gives them a whole new world starts to open up for them, and they get like re-energized. People say all the time, like things like, it's a breath of fresh air, I feel re-energized, I was feeling jaded and now I feel like reborn. You get those kind of, that's the sentiment that they get, that just grows as they go through the training.
Exactly. So I'm chuckling away here. Becca was in the office, my wife was in the office the other night, I could hear the printer going. I was thinking, she's still doing like schoolwork even though she's off. I just realised what she was doing. It's G's birthday party next week. So any of you listening, you won't be able to see it, but she's put an imaginary party hat on my 1-year-old daughter and printed off pictures of it.
Her beautiful face cut out beautifully with a little party hat on. All right, so we'll leave it there for today. We're back in the saddle and rolling, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, thank you, Lou.
Thank you, George. See you.
See you soon. Bye, everyone.
Well, that's another episode of Retrain Search, the podcast in the bag. Thanks for listening to our wild tales, LinkedIn controversies, and our top tips on how to sell and deliver retained search. Get involved in our next episode. Send in your questions and share your experiences with us by emailing podcast@retrainedsearch.com. And don't be shy. Connect with us on LinkedIn and come and say hi. We don't bite. Unless you're a Shrek firm, that is. We want to say a special thank you to our retrained members for sharing what's working for them right now and innovating new ways to grow and evolve. It's an incredible community. If you're wondering what exactly we mean when we mention our communities, well, we have 2 separate programs. Our Search Foundations program is for recruiters who want to learn how to sell and deliver retained search solutions consistently. And we have our Search Mastery program. That's for business leaders or owners already at 50% retained or more and looking to scale and grow and structure their search firm. We cap memberships to these programs to protect the integrity of the community. If you want access, just talk to us. Okay, thanks for listening. We'll be back very soon with another episode of Retrain Search, the podcast.